Review Environmental Station Alpha Part 6. We have completed the game once, and there is more. As you can see, we've only explored 80% of the map. We have only 3 of the discs that are available, and we're missing 1 of the power-ups. So we're going to go ahead and collect those today and see how far that takes us. Most likely it's going to be just filling out our inventory this week. And then after that, next week we'll be, or maybe a little bit this week, we'll be hunting down the secrets that lead to the game's other endings. Today I have
Who's
Jake.
with you on the stream today? Oh, there we go.
I was about to introduce you. Today I have Jacob on the stream with me today. Nick wasn't able to make it. He was ill. And so here we are. Right now, I had a lot of inner debate on how I should approach this endgame content. And based on how much I could be wandering around in this game, I just decided that it would be better if I used a guide. I apologize to anyone who wanted to see me wander around trying to figure things out, but I feel like we could be here for a couple more months if I didn't do something. So we are going to be using a guide for this portion of the game.
What power-ups are you missing?
We're missing the map, ironically. There's a mapping system.
The first thing you'd want.
Yeah. What we're going to be going after first is the discs. We are missing some health power-ups, but the discs lead to that power-up I mentioned last week that allows you to dash infinitely in the air. Technically, I could get it now, but I'm going to try and do it a little bit more legitimately this time. So we're going to go for the discs first, and to start us off, we're going to fight a boss, which I probably should save for the end, but I'm kind of moving around at the top of the map and going down from there, so... and this is the highest disc on the map.
Highest as in highest on the map?
Highest, yeah, well, it's funny, some games interestingly say north and south, even though it's a Metroidvania map and it's up and down. I always find that kind of funny that they do that.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to adapt our typical system.
Right. I'm trying to think of how the best way to get up there is. I think actually going through the boss room is the correct route. And I apologize if I pause a lot trying to figure out where we're going. It's just the nature of the beast. So, Jake, did you have any topics you wanted to bring up this week before we moved on to some of the thoughts that I had?
Well, Dark Souls is...
We got a little bit of echo on your side, by the way.
Just kidding.
Jake, if you want to see what we can do about that. Oh, wait. No.
I've got headphones on.
That's interesting. Where are the echoes coming from? Jake's been going through the crystal caverns in Dark Souls, and there's a video called Dark Sauce? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Dark Sauce.
That makes fun of that section because there's these clams at the end, and that section is really, like, difficult. And, like, leading up to the clams, and dying on those clams is the most embarrassing thing. What the heck is that thing? I don't remember this at all. Let's go kill it.
Maybe
Okay.
he's friendly.
I don't remember this guy, but that's okay. Can I take screen caps on this?
Hey, Denzo.
Hey, Denzo.
We just started a couple minutes ago.
So I'm just going to kind of linger on these screens a little bit so I can use the stream
No, wait,
later
people want you to read those.
I don't know why that came out as... almost racist. I'm lingering on that screen a little bit because I might translate that later. The alien language is directly corresponds to English characters, so it's not too hard to cipher out. But they give hints on where some of the endgame secrets are. Now, Denzo, did you rewatch last week's stream? We actually beat the game for the first time last week. I know that you missed last week. Oh, there's another one.
While Tenzo's answering that question, I think even though it's not technically a Metroidvania, you should live stream Starflight.
It might be interesting, actually. There are some Metroidvania-ish elements to it. Maybe. How long does that game take to beat?
Depends on if you know where things are. If you're doing it from scratch and writing things down and kind of following the way that they want you to, you could probably do it in 10 hours or less.
10 hours is a long time.
No, I'm saying if you have no idea, you've never played it before.
Oh, gotcha.
I think. I mean, we've played.
I mean, technically, you can go beat the game right from the beginning, right? Like once you know.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, last week, Denzo, we beat the game, and now we're just kind of hunting for the secrets that we missed. And it looks like I may have just missed one of the secrets. How's it going, Torgo?
Hey, Torgo.
So Starflight is an open, kind of really ahead of its time, and it feels like there hasn't been anything quite like it since it came out. It's an open world spacefaring game where you build a kind of a Star Trek type crew, and kind of go. Well, the object of the game is to find more habitable planets for Earth to replace Earth with. I think Earth is damaged or...
Well, Earth has been long lost, so this is like the far future. Humans have been sort of scattered around.
This is the boss I was talking about. So this boss cannot be
you're
hurt.
Just looking for habitable planets.
This boss cannot be hurt unless you're fully charged. So the first time I fought him, I didn't have the charge module that makes you fully charged all the time. Oh yeah, and he heals himself.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say that's so annoying.
So if you don't have the charge module, this is a really difficult boss.
And he regens a lot.
So what's cool about Starflight is that you're looking for habitable planets for the humans to live in. But during the meanwhile, you find out secrets of the universe and this great looming threat that ultimately ends to the game's actual end game. It's a bit like Fallout 1 in that sense, that your initial goal starts out as go find a water chip for your group, but it becomes more than that. Alright, we have the first of the 9 discs that we're going to be getting today. I think that these are just fall-through platforms, yeah.
I think fall-through platforms are kind of funny. Oh, go ahead.
I love how you introduce your friend. He is my friend who is a weeb. Okay, we're going to go ahead and look at the map again. I think you can break these things. And we're just going to stand here because it's more interesting than hitting the pause button. Actually, I have to hit the pause button anyway because so I have this disc here. And there's one right here that we actually have seen, but we were not able to get. And I think we have to go through the wall here to get to it. So we're just going to keep going left. Or going right.
Now I want you to do Starflight, Darren.
That's all you're thinking about. I think if we did do.
Now I want to play it.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to be streaming something.
No. I mean, I just have an itch now to do something involving Starflight.
Yeah, I feel like somebody needs to take that idea. Now, there's a game called Necrocosmos coming out that's a Metroidvania that has you flying around, exploring other planets. Like you go and you find like mini Metroidvanias on all these different planets. I think the secret pathway is this way.
Is it Roguelike?
Necrocosmos?
Yeah.
I think that where the planets are is randomized. Is it? there's a demo out. Denzo, do you know if it's the levels themselves are procedurally generated? I think this is where we want to be. But anyway, it reminds me of Starflight, and so that I definitely think that would be something that would interest you. Now I'm really regretting I didn't do this the first time I came through here, because now there's statues that shoot at you.
Just taking everything.
Yeah, I'm not really. I think I have to go backwards out. I just went in circles. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
We're just gonna kill ourselves real quick. And, well, no, we can do this no damage. It's possible. Okay, that flips along that way. I just need to actually pay attention. These spitting statues sort of distracted me. So Denzo says that everything in Necrocosmos is handcrafted. That includes the planet locations. That's one thing about Starflight that is, it's not random either. So when you explore the game, once you've already figured out where everything is. I'm really hoping that there's going to be an exit on the other side of this so that I don't have to worry about doing it again if I end up dying here. I think we found this once before, but then I died and I said, well, we don't need it right now, so I didn't get it. I don't remember if that 47 means anything. I think it might. Having the supercharged module really helps a lot. Here we go. Here's the disc. And I don't think we can get out of here, can we? Nope. Alright. Let's see if we can make it back without getting hit again. I'm going to say no, but we're going to try anyway. So far, so good. Always kill enemies through the walls when you have the opportunity. This applies to every game that ever existed.
There might be a wall chicken in there.
Okay, let's see. There's a teleporter right here, and that is going to be the safest route to the next save point. So let's just go ahead and use that. Let's see, where's the next disc real quick before I use this. So we got those two discs. We got this one, and there's actually another one right here. And I don't know, I don't think that we have to go through the water to get there. I think we might have to just go through that save point wall. So we're going to try that. I could be wrong about that. So I've been thinking about some of the things that would be fun to talk about on the stream, and one of the things that comes up, I get a lot of frequently asked questions, and one of them is, what's your favorite Metroidvania, and what's the worst Metroidvania ever made? Are the most asked things. And I think that this is like how's the weather going when it comes to video games? Like, it seems like this is the question that people always ask. Just to make conversation. Just to make conversation, yeah.
Hi, Silver.
Hey, how's it going, Silver? It's kind of a question that's hard to answer, though, for a lot of reasons. Like, best is, well, what do you mean? Do you mean the exploration? Do you mean the combat? Do you mean just the overall game? And when you say overall game, I'm like, well, there's Super Metroid, and there's Hollow Knight, and then there's La Mulana, and they all offer different things in different ways. Let's see. I should probably decide where I'm going before I start talking. So it's hard to say that one of them is the best. And on the flip side, saying which one's the worst is also, well, I mean, it's always a matter of preference, but it's also dubious.
Inevitably, someone will love that game.
Hey, look, I found a health tank without even trying while we're out. Yes, well, there's that, but also a lot of the games that I play, I also talk to the developers, and you have to remember that no matter what the game is, it usually represents hours and hours of hard work on the developer's part. And there are so many things that can go wrong during the process. And they go through all that work, and all you do is talk about how terrible their game is. It's not really helpful, and it's almost like bullying. There are definitely a few games that maybe want to be like the angry video game nerd and just yell about what extreme end of an animal's digestive tract I would rather eat instead of playing that game, but ultimately you have to remember that all of these are made by a person, and whatever their motivations for making the game are, it's really disrespectful to just simply look at it and say, this is the worst. So
even if it really is terrible, it's like, if it isn't an obvious cynical attempt at whatever,
cash grab, or
it's rare somebody's going to put that much work into a game. If an indie developer, they got to know that their chances of striking it rich is pretty low.
Right.
So it's like they're not going to spend that much time doing it unless they actually love what they're doing.
Exactly.
I think that's a really good point. Sometimes it's first or second project for these developers too, so there's just room to improve. Learning concepts of Metroidvanias. I'm sure when you started reviewing these, there were lots of things that you were picking up along the way, as far as learning how to, learning, like we've talked about, things like sequence breaking, or just skill walls, or just concepts that are pretty unique to the genre.
Right.
That, when combined and designed around, make a good Metroidvania.
Oh, now we're locked in here. We have no choice. Oops.
Do it. Oh no.
Oh, there's a button there. That's what happened. All right, I have to. Okay, don't double jump. Right, and one of the other things is when I write my reviews, I consider the developer my guaranteed audience, because they are the most likely to... Is this a time thing? This is a time thing, isn't it? I'm remembering this gradually as I'm trying to do it again. All right, so I have to really race through here. No! All right, is there a save point nearby? Let's go use that save point, and that way when we die, we don't have to walk all the way back here. Because dying is inevitable at this point. I don't think I can actually get up there. Ironically, the thing that we're trying to get is what would allow me to get up there. Okay, if I die, I know exactly how to get back here and actually use that save point, so...
So what's the worst Metroidvania?
So, even though I have just gone through all that rigmarole and disclaimer, I do have a ranking list, which means that I have rated a game as the worst.
Quick interruption. Have you explained your rating system to your fans?
Yeah, it's on the website. We can talk about that.
It's great, by the way. If nobody's read it.
I don't know. Scoring games is a really difficult thing, even when you have a defined rubric.
No, but it's helpful. I've used it for so many things, and it's stuck around. It's good. It lasted.
One of the downsides to the rating system, though, is that I consider a 3 out of 5 to be a good game, and actually that's a good thing to bring up. But when people see a 6 out of 10 on Metacritic, we're like, well, this game's garbage. This game just completely failed.
Yeah, it's good to explain what you're thinking.
Right, and to be honest, if I give a game anything higher than a 1, then I think that there are good things about it. I did it. Except I only have 1 hit point left, so hopefully nothing up here kills me. This is going to be one of those situations where I die on my way back to the save point again. Oh, great.
Don't do it.
It's going to happen. I might as well just let it happen when it happens. This is the part where I get really, really scared.
1 HP.
There is no way I can get up there, is there? Maybe there is. Let's see.
I can speak to that a little bit from my own perspective,
we can
Denzo.
What did Denzo say? Oh, Fortnite. We don't need
Asking about awful games that have high scores. Oh, heaven forbid.
Like Chrono Cross? No, I'm just kidding.
Well, now that we're on the subject.
I think I can do this, and I really want to.
Oh, Darren. Go save.
That's what I was trying to do.
What are you doing?
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. And I have to go this way, don't I?
Oh, jeez.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I did say that we're going to be collecting a lot of things today. I did not say that there would not be any fails.
Need a fail counter, and then we need to make a supercut of all of them together.
It only works if they're like just really stupid fails.
Get good.
Oh man.
Yeah, death counter.
That is so embarrassing.
Like on top of the fire chain too. That was great.
Oh my gosh.
I love how you're working on that platforming, and so it's sort of out of your mind
Right.
that it's even there.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is that? Oh man. Okay, I'm not gonna try doing that. I'm gonna try and get through this with at least 10 hit points because I think I can get out of these fire bars. Technically, I could have gotten through these fire bars with 1 hit point. I just thought it would be easier to avoid
Get your
the
data
damage.
disk again.
So, Alwa's Legacy and Alwa's Awakening, a game that I played this week for Monday's review. When you die, you keep everything. So, what does that mean? That means that I just kill myself every time I want to get back to the save point. Nope. Oh, that's so close. Getting hit knocks you around so much. That's the only way I got through here. There was only 1 hit point last time. Alright, let's see. You can keep talking about bad video games if you want, Jake.
Alright, well, let's see. Oh, here's a random story. I was looking on this was years ago, probably 10 years ago. I was looking at like a top whatever games list. I don't know why, because those are so bought and paid for anyways, but...
I do top 10 lists. What are you talking about?
And by that I mean a lot more organic, as in not paid off. And seriously, you go to IGN or, I don't know, whatever, and every one of them is like, did you have an advertising deal with that game when it came out? Oh, you did? Oh, well then your opinion is null and void.
One thing I like about the gaming Brit is I'm just gonna try again here.
Oh gosh.
One thing I like about the gaming Brit is he refuses to take any sponsorships that are related to games because of that reason. But anyway, As far as the bottom games on my list are concerned, like I said, unless I give a game a 1 out of 5, I think that there are redeemable qualities about it, and I still haven't found a game that I would give a 1 out of 5 that I've actually reviewed. So I did come across.
I think of true 1s out of 5 that I've played.
I still haven't decided what that might mean yet, because to me it's something with no redeemable qualities, and doesn't that technically mean the game is completely unplayable? Like,
it could just be not fun at all. Like it could be stuff that we've just seen a million times, or something totally uninspired or unoriginal.
So there's this guy, Sieve Gaming. I don't know how you pronounce his name. He does Mario Maker videos, and one of his Mario Maker videos is what is the worst Mario Maker level that you can make. And his mentality was that it wastes the most amount of your time possible without having any fun aspect to it. And obviously what he's making is oh, I was so close. I don't even know how I did it the first time.
It's that orange block above the spikes that you get hung up on, it looks like.
I did it. Okay, good. I have 15 hit points, so this is hopefully in the bag.
Now you're dead.
It's true. I have reviewed some awful games across the but they 1 out of 5 games, and none of them have been, I don't think. The one that's currently sitting at my lowest point is Bookbound Brigade, and I apologize to the creators of Bookbound Brigade. It's obvious that they had a lot of passion that they put into that. But the biggest factor is that it has a lot of, so there's a phrase that I like to use that when describing video games. If you're a musician and you want your song to go longer, like you want your song to be just nice and long to give the listener a nice experience, you don't throw in a whole bunch of like static or white noise to lengthen your song, or you don't repeat the same chords over and over again, because that would become boring. And yet I see game designers do that with level design all the time, where they pad it out with just boring and repetitive rehashes of the same kind of challenges. And that's ultimately what the issue with Bookbound Brigade was that it didn't demonstrate a lot of creativity. It has some great shining moments, but a lot of it was just patiently and slowly moving through traps that open and close, and the typical tropes. But it felt more like the game was just using my time, and that's one of the worst feelings that I think a game can give me. And then the next one up from there is a funny one. That there are actually things I like about it. It reminds me a lot of one of the first games that I made with my cousin, which was this. And we briefly brought up Comet Man last time we were playing. We made this Comet Man game, and Jacob, give us your short review of the Comet Man game.
Well, which one? The first one?
Any of them. Technically, the first one would be what was it called?
They're pretty typical platformers for the time. I mean,
okay, don't be nice. Say exactly what you think about them.
Okay, well, let's get some context. We made the games. Well, I say we. You guys made the games using a platform called Click and Point at the time, which was for Windows 95 or 98. Like, it's kind of one of the first game-making platforms.
The first version of it was 1993. I actually looked this up because I thought that it would be interesting to bring up when talking about bad video games. And actually, ClickTeam Fusion has moved on to make what's now called ClickTeam Fusion, and Baba Is You. It was actually made with that engine, so it's moved on to it's moved on to good things. But the original was not good.
I mean, for its time, whatever. But I think the fun that I had with it was that it was characters that we made and liked, and there were a lot of inside jokes, and we put in MIDI's music from games that we liked.
Yeah, it had a lot of Chrono Trigger music in it.
If anybody was playing it that wasn't familiar with those things, though, I could definitely see how they would think it was uninspired.
Let's see. More to the point, though, my cousin actually did the exact thing I was talking about. He said the game wasn't long enough, so he tried to make a scrolling screen.
Oh, that one was bad. I remember that one still.
There's gotta be a way. We're trying to figure out how to get up to this area. He tried to make a scrolling screen in click and play, which is basically impossible.
He pulled it off, though, didn't he?
No. Do you remember what that was? It was basically Carmen slowly walking down this hallway, and walls just kind of walked up to him. Yeah, stuff would appear, and you did that for
it was like a pseudo scrolling screen.
You did it for like 3 minutes. It was terrible.
It's like the same height walls and everything, just popping up at different intervals.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like...
Gosh, memories.
So I'm looking at the map here. It looks like to get to this disc, we need to go through this way. So I'm actually on the wrong side of this. And then, like, bosses all moved in figure 8 patterns, and it wasn't
bad for high schoolers, though.
It was just plain awful.
It was.
I feel like it was better than some of the games I've seen.
But I was gonna say I would play it over a lot of games I've played.
Well, yeah, but you also have inherent bias that goes along with that. But
yeah, that's true. I have to admit.
Let's see. I think that the best teleporter.
Playing a game that your friends made and talking to them about it and about the characters and everything.
So anyway, that's what. Now, Caldroth is reminding me I haven't played the Mass Mage, which is apparently just not very well done. He's like, that is not what I said. I said way harsher words than that. But Poradaria, which by the way is a swear word in Brazilian, so I apparently means the F word, I guess. So I apologize if there's any Portuguese speakers in here, but that is the name of the game. That game reminds me of what we made back in high school, and it falls into the same kind of traps that... Oh, this is open now, that's good. It falls into the same kind of traps that we all kind of made back then. And the reason why I gave it such a low score is because it's just kind of fundamentally broken. And all of the bosses I was able to beat because you had this ability... Every character that you could play has an ability to basically make themselves invulnerable. And so you would spend the entire boss fight spamming your make yourself invulnerable ability and just hit it when it has a weakness. And the final boss of the DLC character took me 10 minutes to beat, of just jumping to make myself invulnerable and then attacking it as soon as it was open. Which is, oh gosh, really? Did I use a save point back there? I might just kill myself to teleport back. All right, let's go back. Was there a save point along that way? I think there was. Let's go ahead and just kill ourselves and reboot that way, or just do this. By the way, this is another pro speedrunning strat, is if anything like that ever happens, you can always just reload and not have to redo the level geography. In Hollow Knight, it saves every time you load, so I actually use that to teleport around a lot. Apparently, in a recent update, or in an update that happened since I had reviewed that game, they made it so you could just teleport back to the most recent save point. Is that bench? I don't know if anybody can confirm that. Anyway, so Jake, you remember what we used to call the Connor bosses?
Bullet sponges, more or less, right?
Yes. That is one of the
boss with a gajillion HP.
Yeah. That's another one of the more common... Ow. That thing hurt. I'm like, hey, what's this thing? He just like moseys on over to me and hits me in the face. Alright, we got that disc. Let's go ahead and get out of here. This looks like one of the golden blocks. Let's see. Alright, over here, I know what that is over there. Let's see. Okay, so there's a disc right here. And actually where we are might be the best place to get to that. So I think I might just head down from here. There's also a health upgrade. Right. Oh, apparently my map already knows that. Wait, does this thing tell you where things are when... I guess I was close enough to it that it recognized that. Which upgrade did I miss, Denzo? I know I'm missing the map upgrade. I don't know what that looks like on the map though, so if you know where it is, that would be helpful. Splish. Ow. I was caught on the wall while I was reading my text chat. On this section here? That's interesting. It doesn't show it on the map. This is not where I want to be. Denzo's played this game, what, 8 times? But yeah, common amateur game design tropes is thinking that your game needs to be long. Your game doesn't need to be long. You can make a really good game that's only half an hour long. Just make sure it's well crafted. People don't want to play games that are just long, unless you find some way to make them interesting. And then the other thing is, don't give your boss too many hit points. It's more interesting to fight a boss that does lots of damage to you and you do lots of damage to it than it is to fight a boss that has, 9,000 hit points. Can these things be killed? I don't think these things can be killed, can they? This is one of those discs where it's definitely easier to get if you have the... there might be a way...
I was going to say, I've played a lot of games, well, the games I've looked for recently, I'm more interested in playing something that's great, but only 3 hours long, than something that's pretty good, but 20 hours.
Right. Okay, once you use your dash...
And I will name a few now. Grease. Inside. What are some
You're naming good games, or...
Yeah, excellent games that are only like 3 hours long.
Okay, good. I'm like... He's like listing off all the games he hates.
Journey.
Alright.
I'm just listing off games.
I now know what I need to do. I don't know if I saved after I got that disc. Nope. Or did I?
No.
No, I did.
Okay.
Alright, cool. Don't list off games you hate, because...
No.
Unless you were prepared to like really explain your opinion.
No, I think I share your opinion. There's really few games where I play it and I'm like, man, I just hate that game. If I hate it, I just don't even bother playing it.
Right. That's true.
And the only time I really feel like I'd have the right to complain is if I bought it and somehow couldn't refund it.
I feel like that both of us have... this is the one upgrade where I think I'm just going to have to wait till I get the dash module to get to it. Which is fine. I'm going to do that.
What were you saying? You feel like both of us what?
I feel like both of us have played enough games that we kind of know what we like. So it's not really... Okay, so this actually... Just looking at the map here.
I'll direct this towards our audience. Denzo mentioned that they've played Inside. Has anybody played Grease? G-R-I-S?
Oh, Gris?
Grease?
However you pronounce that. I really want to. That's on my list of games that I just really would love to
it's so good.
have time to play. Let's fall into the what I call the art game category. Where
Which
it kind
one, Gris or Grease?
Gris, Journey, that kind of goes beyond just the gameplay.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's my feeling.
Feels like
anyway.
it targets. Yeah, no, that's fair. It feels like it targets emotion a little bit more, but in a non-cynical way, you know.
Right. It does a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, it really does, I think.
I don't know if I can actually hit that teleport from this end. This might be one of those situations where the teleporter is what you want. I just unlocked the teleporter, and now when I use the teleporter, I can unlock the secret that's in that area. I think we're kind of gradually making our way towards the... Saying Griss's Journey in 2D makes me really want to play Griss. I really like Journey.
Good,
it's one
man.
of my favorites.
It's not very expensive either. And Journey, of course, just came out on Steam.
I also think that... So we were talking about ludonarrative dissonance on a chat. It was actually the Metroidvania Reddit chat, and I was probably boring people talking about, I don't know. But that's something that really interests me. It's the idea that the gameplay needs to match up with the narrative, the story. Not that it needs to, but that sometimes the gameplay doesn't match up and it feels dissonant. One of the examples is that like in Uncharted, you have the lovable rogue named Nathan Drake. This is a classic example. He's lovable, he's the hero and all those things. But when you get to the gameplay, he's this vicious murderer who just shoots people in the face. It doesn't really match up to his persona that they've built up the game around him.
Yeah, he's military man in game.
Right. Not necessarily a criticism against the game, it's just one of those funny things. Or one of my favorites is the Hell House in Final Fantasy VII. Nobody talks about that, and it seems like that should be on everybody's conversation list. Oh boy,
as far as in the logic of the world.
Right. We just fought this sentient house, and it was cool. Like, do you guys just run into those? I heard they made that into a full boss in the remake, which I think is hilarious. But Journey is...
oh, go ahead.
That's fine. Journey is an example of a game that does the combination between gameplay and story. I want to say perfectly, that's hyperbolic, but it does it very well. Oh gosh. Well, that was pretty fail. Let's get back to the teleport spot. And the gameplay's simple. Yeah. It's basically a walking simulator. There's like a whole section up there. I wonder what that is.
Yeah, very light platforming elements, I'd say.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I want to explore this now. Okay, this is just...
Abzu's been on my list, and I keep watching it when it comes out on sale, and then I just keep not getting it, but it does look kind of calming like that, I think.
Oh, so this is a hint for the where the heat suit was. And I'm sorry, I promised I was going to start reading text.
Liar.
I am a liar. I'll read it next time. Okay, so
something that I really like about Journey. Oh, go ahead.
This is where you use the discs. So he's leaving the diskette reader on so that his peers can read the messages from behind. Perhaps the rescuers will want to know what happened here. So now we can look at what the discs have to show us, which it looks like they're mostly pictures. So these notes show us where some secrets might be. Note that this talks about the 4 pillars, which we'll be getting to probably next stream. I don't think we're going to get to that today. Anyway, what are you saying, Jake?
Something that I really like about Journey is how seamlessly the multiplayer works. People can just kind of show up in your world and you'll show up in theirs. And having that journey together with the minimal communication, just the little bleeps and bloops, it's a little magical, you know? It's pretty neat.
There's the artist's signature. Sometimes when you look at a painting, it's hard to see it, but here's the painting right there. There's a signature for the game there.
Reminds me of Arthur books when I was a kid. I would always look for the Mark Brown signature hidden in the pictures.
I actually never really knew that. Of course, I didn't really have Arthur.
Every one of them, I think they're hidden somewhere. And even this is dating me, but watching the Arthur cartoon in 5th grade or whatever.
We're going this way now.
They started doing it in the cartoon sometimes too.
Did they do that in the cartoon? That's kind of cool. I always like it when shows that are adaptations of, like a painting or a book, try and recreate what the scene was in the book. JoJo does that a lot, which I think is great, if you've ever looked at the manga.
As far as angles and intensity.
Like they just recreate the iconic scene. I think I have to race this thing? Do I have to race this thing, Denzo? I think I have to race this thing. Alright, well I did save recently, so I can always just reload if I fail.
I always thought that's an interesting creative challenge, trying to adapt something and keep the original tone or spirit.
We're gradually climbing our way back up to where I was last time I played this game. I like to remind everybody that I am trying to do this legitimately. I could technically sequence break the item that we get from getting all these discs, but I thought it would be interesting to try and get all the discs first this time. When I first played this game, I did not do. So some of these challenges that I'm doing right now, this will be the first time I've attempted them. Like this one is very possible that I did not get this disc until after I sequence broke the dash module. Oops. Oh great. I forget that you can't, after you've used your double jump, you're stuck. Okay. Just go there, but don't fall. Okay. I'll try not to fall this time. Oh, there's a spot that resets it right over here. Okay, I gotcha. All right, so we don't have to reboot every time. All right, that wasn't too bad. All right, that's the safest way to get back.
Read it.
Oh, we have to go back to this. We're gonna read all the discs when we get back to the, or when we get.
No, read the. It's a diskette.
Oh, I've seen Let's Players do that. I mean, I guess that's cool if they do that. There's a thing over here. Let's see what this is.
Except when you're collecting 17 of the same thing with the same message, maybe.
I hope I didn't just. All right. I'm gonna guess that those two middle letters are on. Do I want to do this right now? What is this?
Denzo's like, no.
Oh. Can I get out of here now? Is there a teleporter? This is for very late. I think, not Ouroboros. Why is his name escaping me right now? Well, I definitely don't want to use that save point now then. So how do I get out of here now?
Do you have to quit out and come back?
I think I might. Alright, well, we'll try this again. It's okay, that wasn't too hard to get, so I'm not too upset about doing that twice. I think one of the guys on the Discord, and I very much apologize for not remembering your username. He accidentally stumbled into that area as well. So I'm going to listen to Denzo, and we're going to not sequence break that part of the story. My curiosity gets the best of me sometimes. Sometimes I just can't resist. Anytime I see an opportunity for sequence breaking or anything like that, I'm just drawn to it. It's just natural for me.
That seems like part of the challenge too. Is it's like, ooh, can I do this thing that you're not supposed to do?
Right. Oh, that was a fail. Sorry for assaulting everybody's ears. I think you still do this without your sound on, right, Jake?
Yeah, I can't hear the game sounds while we're talking.
It makes a very loud ricochet sound every time I shoot that worm thing. So So again, I apologize to everyone Well, I'm okay fighting a very hard boss.
Enzo's like, I don't know if I've got enough faith in your ability.
I do want to see other things today. So, and a lot of my lower score games, the biggest offense that often gets a game a 2 out of 5 for me is that it's just boring. And I know that that's entirely subjective, and that's one of the reasons why I encourage people to read other reviews besides mine. But there are some games that's just like, yeah, it's fine, but it doesn't do anything to differentiate itself.
It doesn't really justify its existence.
Right. It's like, okay, so this was a game. And it's like, if it's a fun game, then I'll give it a 3 out of 5. But it's so generic that it's just not really fun to play. It's like, well, I've done this 100 times before. And that comes from me playing a lot of Metroidvania games, so there's certainly an inherent bias there. Too much water. Did I just lose you, Jake? I think I might have just lost Jake. Every week I wonder whether or not I have to run this solo. I think it's more interesting having a conversation. I don't know what you guys think, but it's easier to banter off with somebody, I think. Too much water. One of the games that's been requested a few times is Aquarius. And I apologize for... I always apologize. I try to get to requests as quickly as I can. Just a lot of requests is all. The funny thing about Aquarius now is it's not really even unique being a game or a Metroidvania game that tried to be entirely a water level for the entire game, which I think is a very bold attempt to do. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, I was looking at the teleport. That's why I couldn't select my map. All right, so I think we got all of that. Oh no, we're still missing that diskette, so let's go for it. This is definitely a reload the game if I fail. Yeah, Aquaria is one underwater game. Then there's the Aquatic Adventures of the Last Human, which I think is made by... No, Song of the Deep is made by the Insomniac, which I thought was interesting. That Insomniac made something that wasn't a PlayStation exclusive. How many discs do we have?
I like how that's the interesting part to you.
Well, I mean, they're most well known for Ratchet and Clank. Then there's so Song of the Deep, Aquatic Adventures of the Last Human, and then there's Depths of Insanity that's coming out, and then I just posted a new game this past week. That I don't remember the name of, but I think it's a Chinese game. Chinese developed game. And then there's Shinsekai Into the Depths, which is Capcom's kind of take on that. That one actually has an oxygen meter, which I think is a really interesting approach to the idea. Okay, so we need this one. Okay, I think we can get to that very quickly. Oh no, there's a few Chinese developed games out there that I'm very interested in seeing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like China's kind of in its new renaissance of gaming. Like when the US first started making video games, you had a lot of those games that the Angry Video Game Nerd reviews that are just kind of, cash-ins or Me Too's off of current trends, and I feel like China's doing a lot of that, but at the same time, they also have a lot of really interesting innovations happening out there as well. I think they're developing very similarly to the way the West did, or the way Japan did. I guess we get most of our games from Japan, or got most of our games from the Japan back in the day. All right, so the disc is right here, which either we go through the boss room or we have to come around this side. So, or it's possible we have to go up from here. So we're gonna pretend it's through the boss room first. I think making generalizations about any developer from any country is the same as making generalizations about anything. Thankfully we can go this way thanks to the car key.
So what's your next game to review?
Well, this Monday
is
no, I try and be as open about it as I can. One of the things is that when a developer gives me a key, I try to do it as close to the game's release date as possible. Unfortunately, I have not been able to do that as much as I'd like, just because I've had a lot of developer keys lately, and a lot of the reviews I've had have been from developers. But next couple of weeks, once I schedule out the month, I try and stick to it just to try and be predictable. Okay, it doesn't look like we can go down that way. Let's see. But anyway, this week is Alwa's Legacy, which is the sequel to Alwa's Awakening, which I reviewed like 18 months ago, something like that. And it's very good. I recommend it. It's very Zelda-like in the sense that you go into dungeons and have to resolve them kind of individually, but it has a big open world to kind of justify its Metroidvania-ness, since that's one of the biggest arguments people make against the Zelda games being Metroidvania games. And if you liked the first one, then definitely play Alwa's Legacy, because it's basically improved everything from the first. So I'm also reviewing Chasm on Monday, which is a redo. I talked about that a couple of times in the past on the stream. It's near the entrance of the elevator. Which elevator are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the map. Yeah, I do. I should probably go get that map next. Right now I'm trying to get this disc that's in this corner over here. I think, there it is. That's how you get to it. Okay, now that we're in here, how do we get out? There we go. Oop. I feel like there's got to be more to this room. I'll worry about that later. Really, I need to play Lyle and Cube Sector. The guy that runs the Metroidvania subreddit really likes Lyle and Cube Sector. Was it made with Fusion? It wasn't listed on the... That's interesting. Actually, I think I may have known that. 15 Fusion. It's really interesting that what was really just kind of a crummy game-making tool has evolved into something that people can market now. Let's see. Where did you say this elevator was? Just trying to figure out. It's not here. Alright, well, I know I need to get this disc. I'm going to go ahead and save and go back out to the menu, because the menu shows where the discs are. Oh, it wasn't made with Quick Team Fusion. That, I don't know. There was a list of games, and the one that stuck out to me was Baba Is You. So, Jake, what's your favorite game?
Of all time?
Of all time.
I think we've been here.
Have we talked about this? Or did you just say
so?
Or did we talk?
Well,
did we just talk about Chrono Trigger and then we just assumed that was your favorite game?
I think it's a pretty close race between Chrono Trigger and Dark Souls. It's tough because the more I play Dark Souls, the more I feel like I appreciate it.
The game I played the most probably is Dark Souls. That's not
so
true.
Good.
There are plenty of MMORPGs that I have most likely put way more time into than I'm willing to admit.
Talk about grindy.
Like World of Warcraft, I'm sure that I have several days on that one.
Yeah, days.
Okay, so the elevator follows me. Jerk elevator.
If you've ever played it and done a /played, in the heaviest time I was playing that game, I think I was up to a month or two of solid playtime.
Yeah, everybody hates
that. That was years ago.
That is definitely...
Yeah, that's funny that you say that, Denzo.
It's definitely a correct
The first
statement.
time I played it, I hated its guts, and I wouldn't touch it. And then Darren actually convinced me to stick through it, and it's become one of my favorites.
It's funny how that works. Some people call it masochism.
No, I get it. Like, it just forces you to slow down. And so many games are just holding your hand through the entire thing that I've kind of forgotten what it's like to use my brain in games. It's like, okay, I cannot just run through here mashing buttons or I will die.
Yeah. So based on my guide here, the map is somewhere in this area. Go down the elevator and then left. Okay. I'm so glad we have Denzo here.
You've gotten the Denzo upgrade. It's way better than the map.
That's true. It's way better than the map. The map is under some green acid. Oh, okay. I know I've gotten it because I had the proof. When we go back out to the title screen to see how many discs I have left. I have the proof. There it is. Okay. That is not what I saw on the map then. It must have been something else. I'm just looking at my map to see. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. I see it on the map now. Now we gotta get out of here before I die.
You found a map!
Oh yeah, I have to get past these things.
Here, I'll read those from now on.
Sorry, I've gotten into the habit of not reading them, that I'm not doing very good at that aspect. Okay, so this map now should fill in a lot of the places we haven't seen yet. I don't think there's anything over in this area. Obviously it doesn't fill in the secret stuff. But then, so the map shows you here, but it doesn't show you... It doesn't show you when you zoom in. That's interesting. Alright, I'm just going to save and go back out to the menu just to see how many discs I have left. I know we're missing at least one, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, we need 2 more discs. So one of them is in
Did they intend for you to do that hook shot, or sorry, the grapple over the platform?
No,
trick?
It's just the fast way to get through it. I was going to show you how to get through it last time, but I kind of didn't. Maybe I should go ahead and show that off. Alright, let's see here. What other discs might we be missing? So we got this one. There's a disc right here. So I'm going to guess that we can get to it from this teleporter here. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't think we've gotten to the disc where we're required to do that yet. That might be the one we're looking at right now. Yeah, that might be the exit to this disc. I don't know if we go in through the top or... Is this the spot? It looks like it kind of... These are rooms that we don't come into very often. Oh, this is a little obvious. Alright, let's look around before we go through the one-way passage. Supercharged module is such a game changer. Ah, I remember this now. I hate this disc
so fast.
I hate this disc so much. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's messed up.
I don't like invisible mazes at all. There's never been an invisible maze in any game, and this game is no exception, that I actually like. Especially one that gradually drains your health. Okay, now we have to find our way out.
Maybe it holds some information.
Grover's our on-ship AI that's been talking to us this entire time.
Was that a Grover voice?
I don't know. Whoa! Alright, let's see, where's the closest save point? There's a heal spot down here, I'll just go use that real quick. Alright, we're down to the last disc. And we've got about 20 minutes left. We might attempt getting the dash module today while we're at it. Can you teleport? No. So we're going to have to walk across that way. So the last disc is on the space station. I kind of wish I got it while we were out there, because then we wouldn't be doing this walk. But it is what it is. Yeah, second time playing the game. I think the first time, if you look at my first file, it was 8 hours to get roughly the same amount of content. I'd finished a lot more than this, but more than we will be able to get to today. Next week, we'll actually read those discs and kind of see what some of the secrets are.
Are there like game secrets, like how to solve certain puzzles?
Yeah, if you saw, we looked at a couple of the discs when we went to the disc reader, and they have a lot of pictures that show where other secrets might be. And so that is what we're going to look at.
Are these secrets you've already gotten?
Yeah, that spike maze that you keep seeing every time we do a sound test, and the reason why I keep practicing it is as far as I've gotten. So until we see that spike maze, I've done everything. Except for maybe that research station that Denzo told me not to go into. I think I don't have to do this because I have the dash up module now. Yeah. Whoop. I tend to complete games a little bit, I'm not like bragging or anything, I tend to complete Metroidvania games a little bit faster than the average, depending on the game. Some games take me longer, but just because I've done a lot of these at this point, that I can sometimes figure out where things are just because I recognize, I subconsciously recognize a lot of the tropes that people use in level design. Trying to get to the top left over here. We actually have this one on our map, so.
Do you ever have any interest in doing speedruns at all?
We are actually going to be kind of speedrunning Bon Appetit when I stream that after this. Not right after this, but I actually think that will be the next Metroidvania that we stream. That isn't like a mini. Okay, I remember this disc. Why didn't I get this the first time I was here? There's no reason why I shouldn't have. But yeah, I beat Alwa's Legacy in 6 hours, and talking to the people, that they're probably going to be reaching like 8 hours the first time through. Now, granted, I only got like 86% of the game done with that 6 hours, but what is the trick here? Let's see. Oh, okay. So we have to do it from the top. There we go. Okay. So this is the... Yeah, that wasn't so bad. Well, that's disc number 12. That completes the discs.
Once you get your new computer, I'd love for you to live stream Sekiro.
Yeah, no, I definitely think... I'll tell you what, if Demon Souls, the remaster, gets put on PC, I'll do the whole series. The problem with those games is that even when I'm doing my best, it takes me at least 10 hours to do them. So that is one downside. The nice thing about...
Especially when you're learning mechanics and everything, building that muscle memory.
Oh, I would not stream Sekiro without practicing beforehand. Obviously, if I'm going in blind to the bosses or whatever... Oh, come on. Come on, we can do this. No. Alright, we have to go around. I don't know how to go around. I think we go around this way. Not that I don't know how to go around, I just don't remember how to go around. Oh my gosh. Don't lose the progress, please. Let's go save real quick. Now we got this. Okay, never mind, we're gonna save.
Gosh.
We can't go a day without at least 2 fails, right? 2 major fails. No, I think we got this. Save points right over here. Whoops. I think that save point I just have to hit it multiple times for some reason.
It's like peace of mind. I found myself doing that in games like Final Fantasy X a lot, where I'm like, wait, did I just save? I just touched the thing to heal, but did I actually save?
Yeah. When I play like Sierra Adventure games, I would save multiple times a lot, just because...
Oh, yeah.
I was so afraid that I would lose it. Alright, let's see, we got...
Or get into a total dead game, like King's Quest 6 or whatever.
We might be... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have to save on multiple files for that game.
Oops, you forgot to pick up the brick in the courtyard in the beginning of the game, and now there's no way to get back there, but you have to have it to get past the catacombs.
In the defense of King's Quest 6, it does warn you before you go into the catacombs that you're not ready, so there is that.
Does it? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
I'm 95% positive where we want to be is in this hallway right here. Without looking at it. I guess I should just look at it since I have it right here. Let's see. Yep, that's the spot. Alright, we're going to attempt this. I don't know if I'm actually going to make it, but we're going to give it a shot. What did you mean by get some help, Denzo?
Psychiatric.
For what? I don't know what we said. I can look down and...
No. I think you might have just meant what you were talking about at the time in the guide or something.
Yeah, let's see. It's that big blank hallway, yeah. That's weird. So when I'm playing video games while my kids are watching, I'm always like, let's do this! And now they say that all the time. It's like, come on, let's do this!
Let's do this.
It's really funny. They're like 3. It's hilarious. Alright, there's a save point right next to it, so that's good. Also, since we're in the area, I can give you a preview of what we might be seeing next time. Or we will be seeing next time. I'm not actually going to do it, but... Well, crit. I guess I'll go around this way. It's pretty hilarious. 3-year-olds are adorable. They say the most hilarious things.
Zaustus says that you just walked past a key location a minute ago.
I did? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're talking about those keys. Yes. We're going to do the keys next time. Right now we're focused on just getting all of the upgrades we missed. Once we get the dash module, we're kind of out of time for today, but my intention was that once we got the dash module, we'd kind of get some of the other... This is the room area, right? Isn't this it? I thought this was it. Yeah, this is it, right? Let's see here.
The room area?
Oh no, we're not gonna worry about this right now. Whoops. Don't get distracted. We don't have too much time left. Whoops.
What does that green pod do?
Green pod?
Yeah, the one that looks like a green save point or teleport pod.
Oh, that just heals you. Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, a little preview for next time. Oops, that's not it, right? I thought this was it. There it is. Anyway, we're not going to do this right now, but I found that by accident the first time I played.
Oh, I just missed entirely what actually happened there.
Okay, so you walk back and forth between these two areas, right?
Right?
Oh, I messed up again. Do you have to do it on the ground? Yeah, whatever, we'll come back for it. Anyway, I dashed into that room and crazy things happen.
That's really weird.
Oh, it gets weirder. Alright, this is the dash maze. Normally there's a door, I think, right here, but once you get all of the discs, you are able to do this dash maze. This is the way you're supposed to do it, and Zaustus is telling me I don't want to go this way. We're going to try it just once, just to show why. And there we tried it. No, I'm just kidding. This is the way you're supposed to go. I don't know if that lava is... Oh my gosh. I think you have to swing through that.
I think the idea is to not get hit by every single thing through.
Yeah, this is when the game starts getting really challenging. I can't...
Good grief, man.
Anyway, now that we have a preview of that, let's go ahead and show what Zaustus is talking about. And this is actually how I did it the first time. I don't remember where the entrance is. Is it... Let's see. So right here. You can actually go into the opposite end of it. I don't remember exactly where the top left a big room to the... That's right. And I wonder if this was like completely intentional sequence breaking design. You can get this really early on. Oh, no. I remember now. This is what you need the discs for, so that's what this thing is doing. See, I never did it with the discs. So the way we were just looking was the sequence break, I think. Oh gosh, I just did that way wrong. So you can go through that room backwards. Alright, I'm just misremembering things. So this is the one that allows us to dash as many times as we want in the air, which is incredible. Alright, and then we have to get out of this without dying.
Good luck.
So you can go through this backwards, and I did that the first time. It's not so bad. I get plenty of hit points for this. Alright, cool. Alright, so we've got about 5 minutes left. Let's see how quickly we can get those other health upgrades we're missing. Let's see. Got that one. We know about that one, so let's see. Got that one. Got that one. Got those two. Is there one in one of the secret areas that I don't know about? Because I know there's... I think you get to 30 hit points when you get it all. Okay, so maybe that is the last one then. Okay, well this will be real quick then. Yeah, no problem. And once we do that, all we'll have left is the real secrets in the game. Instead of all these fake secrets.
Real secrets and fake secrets.
Yep. Well, now that we can basically fly, it's going to make things a whole lot easier. Alright, closest teleporter is actually up there, so that's good.
When's the soonest you can get that? Because that seems pretty darn strong.
So as soon as you can dash up, you can get it. Because that's how you get into the sequence break section there. Anyway, this makes this basically a non-issue. Alright, now we have full health, and we are ready to tackle the rest of the game. Alright, let's get to the closest save or teleport place. I believe is this way. Doesn't do any good if you get to the quicksand. Alright, I know this was more of a kind of a relaxed session as far as the type of content that we were covering, but it's good to get all of this done, and I hope I was able to show off for people who were wondering where things were. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead and just save at the final boss's save point. That has nothing to do with what we're doing, it's just a save point that's right next to the teleporter, so it's really easy to pick up from here. And thank you everyone for watching, and I'm glad that you were able to join in. If you have any questions that you'd like us to discuss, you can tell us on our Discord, that way we can maybe prepare ahead of time some topics that we might want to go over. Otherwise, chatting away is just fine. Thank you for watching. We'll see you later.
Thanks everybody. Have a good one.